All right, and welcome to episode 15 of Salt Play Sunless Sea. That was a very short trip for episode 13. I'm feeling unsatisfied, so I'm going to take a longer trip this episode. Just really quickly to go over everything that there is to do. Nuncio wants some foxfire candles and at least one flare to explore there, which I am going to get really quick. Let me get this to update, and then, okay. So, 13, I'm gonna get up to 15 of both of these, and 2 flares, and then everything else can be foxfire candles. Where do I buy foxfire candles from? Don't I? Oh, here it is. I'm just blind. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot I have coffee beans. I know that there's like a more advantageous way to use the coffee beans, but I'd rather just have them out of my hold, I think. So yes, Nuncio wants 5 foxfire candles and 1 flare, so 2 flares and 8 foxfire candles should probably be enough. The navigator wants us to go to the Chapel of Lights with 2 live specimens. The Fathom King has all of the Fathom King's things: Mount Nomad, a big weapon, a big officer, the eldest end, the fruit of the eternal tree. The Cloudery Air also wants 1 live specimen. The Naker's Outcast wants to go to Port Cecil. The Venturer wants us to go to Palmerston and get some Zoop. And the Admiralty wants us to go to the Avid Horizon. So I think we are going north again this episode. Not directly north. Not like directly Venderbite north, I don't think. I think I will do like... Maybe I'll go across to Nuncio and then straight north. That seems like a reasonable sort of direction to go. And then I can explore some of these empty spaces. With that, we shall head out. Hello, stopped ship. Are you okay? I'm not going to fight it. If I remember correctly, there's like... I love when they do that, just disappear completely. If I remember correctly, there's some like... There is a pirate storyline, but I've got several other storylines going on right now. So I don't want to like also be doing that. Make everything slower. The opposite tack that I take when thinking of creation projects to work on, I do when I'm not playing video games, which is most of the time because I actually like mostly don't like video games. It's really weird that I love Sunless Sea as much as I do. The video games that I like are like Sunless Sea and Breath of the Wild. That's and like logic games. Like there's this game series called Zombinis that I played as a child that I really love. It super holds up as an adult. Very fun. Zombinis Logical Journey, great game. 10 out of, maybe not 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. I forgot where I was going. Oh, opposite, this me going like, maybe I shouldn't take too many storylines. I've gone too far north. Well, I have enough fuel, I'll probably be fine. Anyways, so just chatting away and getting lost. Me going, I don't want to take too many storylines, is like the opposite of, me when I am making things. I spend a lot of time crocheting mostly and embroidering a little bit, and I've got like 20 works in progress for all of those, but I'm also like, those are just things that I do for fun in my free time, and I'm not like trying to keep up an interesting YouTube channel that doesn't feel too chaotic. Let's see, do I need to explore this island? It doesn't look like it. Okay, not explore this island, but get my lights on a place for fragments. Oh yes, here we go. The labyrinth of eels. That sure is a labyrinth. Stop off at Pigmoat Isle, see how they're doing. Pigmoat Isle. 2 houses, both alike in dignity. The rise of Pigmoat Isle. Hail Murinia. Alright, let's... Hail Murinia. The Neath's most adorable nation scurries around your legs. Scintillac harvesters drag heavy bags of the island's bounty to their silos. Industrious rodents work hard on towering edifices, some of them almost neck-high. London will never believe a bloody word of this. Let's start by helping Murinia resolve a dilemma. An aide runs over. Hairless advisor, you return to us. Praise the tide. We need your wisdom once again. A dilemma. How will you advise Pigmoat Isle? The rat's wine is in high demand, Hairless advisor. The aide twitches its whiskers. We do not wish to take the joy from life, but it has caused many problems, many injuries amongst our farmers. Our new militia recruits missing their training. Do we step in or turn a blind eye? So we can either recommend prohibition or recommend turning a blind eye. Their spirit is so low, I feel like recommending prohibition is a bad idea. Like, that spirit is, we have 2 spirit. I'm gonna try this one. Yes, we gained some spirit. Okay, that's fine, probably. A modicum of freedom. The aide seems slightly relieved. Very good, Hairless advisor. It squeaks, raising a glass in your honor. You return to the town, past a furry heap of soldiers. One particularly small guinea pig, sleeping in a human-sized cup, squeaks happily as you pass. We have gained 2 spirit, up to 4. We've lost 1 might, and we've resolved a dilemma, for better or for worse. Let's get our port report. And, like, I've already visited the Cavi Ghetto. There's not a lot that I can do there. It's not worth it to ask for repairs. I don't want to steal the Rat Star. I'd rather these little guys succeed at their thing. So let's head on towards Nuncio. Gotta go a little norther. Well, I kind of want to... I'm not going to go norther. If I go norther, I'm concerned that I will get distracted and go way too far north again. Scuttering and chittering in the corners of the hold, humped shapes on the deck rail, radisy air emboldens vermin. There's somebody up there. Oh no, that's a lighthouse? There's a lighthouse over there? Skylar's End. Can I get far enough for it to actually show up on the map? Oh, there's more things. Garrick's Scalpel. And a rat ship. Let's see if we can take these guys. I love the sound design of this game so much. You've destroyed a rat barge. The ship is yours. What will you do with her? Loot and scuttle her. Lean pickings. These pinnaces don't sail far from their hidden harbors, but there's something in the back of the hold. A stout crate. 3 supplies. Nice. I like that it just has the same flavor text as the steam pinnaces. Down to literally still having pinnace in it. Makes sense to reuse it if you've got it already. Nope, that's the wrong button. Okay. Nuncio, do not return. Sender. Taciturn functionaries walk the docks in the uniforms of postmen. An enormous crowned statue casts a chilling shadow. The shadows gleam with rats' eyes. Their ceaseless chittering rolls like the tide. We are gonna start off by making a port report. Okay, assemble a port report. Most of the inhabitants were Londoners once, but that doesn't mean they are now. Uniform behavior. Cataloging all the peculiarities of the place takes many pages. The tailor who imports gilt buttons and braid just to be able to keep everyone's uniform in condition. The fashion of wearing a post bag with nothing inside. Wearing it open, wearing it upside down, torn apart, or as a hat. Wearing it any way that will show it doesn't have letters in it. Then there were the sitting rooms, papered in cancelled stamps. The bergamot pomegranate... Whoa, that was a lot of consonants. The bergamot pomegranate curd on toast. The commerce in rat corpses. The hatred of cats. The absolute custom against ever issuing a paper invitation for any event, no matter how formal. It's the familiarity, the not quite Londonness of the place that makes it all so odd. We're gonna do some more shift work at the dead letter office. It seems to be the chief occupation hereabouts. The bell chimes above the door. The fellow manning collections looks awake for half a second when you come in, until he realizes you're here to relieve him. Oh yeah. Interesting. I'm gonna start by descending into the basement with Flame, and then when I come back up, I'll see about this. Properly equipped, candles for the way, and a flare for the bottom. Spiral on spiral on spiral. The descent is long and slow, You count the turns at first, but the time comes when you can't see the square of light from the door above and can't mark how far you have come around the spiral. You exhaust one candle after another. At the end, you come to a place where the ramp opens onto a bowl-shaped floor. The cavern must be hundreds of feet wide here. You light your flare, but even that does not show the cavern walls. The floor is carpeted with... At first, you think it is gravel, but no, it is broken shards of clay and stone, all scribbled over in words too old to read. At the center of this place is a needle of deep black rock, glossy as resin, glittering with ice, inscribed with 3 arcane sigils that hurt to look at. You feel a meaning in their presence, a prohibition or a commandment, that all things must come to their destined place, that what cannot be delivered immediately must be saved against a future date, that a message that goes unheard is a tragedy, that the signal must be carried no matter how far, no matter through what darkness, no matter whether the sender still lives, nor whether the recipient can even read the language of the writing. The inscription resolves itself and is known to you. No word lost. You now have 1 searing enigma. We've lost 5 candles. An occurrence. Your nuncio, learned in postal secrets, quality is now 7. Visitor to the center stone. We've lost 1 flare and we've gained 5 terror. Whew. Climbing out. The climb out is slow and takes a long time. Could you possibly have come down this far? Surely not. Your breath grows ragged and your legs cramp. Do I want to ascend or do I want to rest? I think I want to just keep going. There's no way out but up. At the surface, the dead letter office is still here, its machine still working, its basket still filling with missed invitations and misplaced wills. Shouldn't have been blasted away, destroyed by the force of what lies beneath? No, apparently. Let's tell the postal rat what we saw below. Maybe he will be curious. Without name, you start to explain, but your language doesn't have the right words to express it. The weight of the delivery commandment, the sacred necessity for every word to reach its destination, and the countless individual miscarriages of meaning from one entity to another, which have occurred throughout history and are still occurring to the detriment of the whole universe. He holds up a paw. Not going to understand it, no matter how much you explain, he says. And I'm glad, as if I did understand I'd be likely to run mad, working where and as I do. After a moment, he adds, likely you'll forget, at least forget some of it. After all, you never wore the uniform. Then he points out where your hair has singed at the temples and gives you an ointment he keeps in a drawer. Well, let's, I'm curious about claiming a respectable envelope from the dead letter selection. The writing on the font is demure. Dear, dear Mama, sensible of the honor of your advances, regret that I cannot accept your proposal. Unable to leave the side of darling Mama while she still suffers her rheumatic complaint, considering her lifetime of sacrifice in raising her children, could not leave her now. Certain you will understand all my wishes for your future happiness. The writing is even, tidy, untroubled. It did not grieve the writer to send. That is, assuming dear Mama did not compose this message herself. Let me cross out the nuncio stuff. Okay. End your shifts. Return to the docks. You are finished here for now. Let's see if anything has changed in the postman's tavern. The inky blotter, it's called. The sign doesn't look like much. Okay, let me read the whole thing. Lit by 2 roaring fires, one at either end of the room, the bartender is in postman's uniform, like almost all of the patrons. A noseless postal inspector called Blunt Thomas delivers the drinks, clears tables, stacks the firewood. I think I am going to honor the postman in light of what you now know. All have tried. Saints and martyrs. Nothing about them now seems comical or strange. The regulation maintenance of their uniforms is a mark of holy dedication. Their scars are earned by faith and hard work. They were given an impossible task, but none excuse themselves just because of that. The hairless postwoman sees your glance and returns a rueful smile. We are now trusted in Nuncio. And we have an understanding of postal work. I think I'm going to get the same response I did the last time I asked to borrow a uniform, because I didn't ever work in London, but I'm going to see what happens. Yep. Same thing as last time. I want to see what happens with strayed war stories about your shift work as well. You know how to fit in. Common ground. The parcels you've weighed and entered in logbooks, the things that oozed out of them. The postmen are delighted by your incredulity and shock. A civilian, finally understanding the full horror of the post. They have stories even worse than those, let me tell you. Hang on a moment, Postmaster Scrooge. We've all heard your rubbery lump story already. It's nothing to the tomb colony pickles. Pickled what is what I want to know. What about that soothing copper crate and how we had to scrape the bits off the masonry? Do you remember? The night runs late. It's the same thing it was last time. Let's go back to the docks and explore along the beach. I don't think this is a get anything interesting. Yeah, no. Okay. Well, I think that might mean that I've finished the Nuncio storyline. That's wild. Huh. Well, I'm gonna celebrate by buying myself a bunch of fuel. What all does I hold? Okay. And then I'm gonna head out. We're going north towards Mount Palmerston. I don't really want to fight them, actually. That was good. I don't think I've ever actually gone all the way down there in Nuncio before. This is the first time that I've kept this, like, written log of the things that I need to do, in this game, which means that I'm, like, remembering the storylines that I'm on much more from, like, play session to play session. It's paying off. Because I'm not, like, showing up at a port and going, oh, shit, I forgot I needed XYZ to be able to do this thing. So, yeah. Stopping by Poly 3. Okay, Polythreme. Here is screaming. Taciturn clay men, evasive clothes colonies, walking like humans, cobbles that groan underfoot. On the hills above, a palace villa of marble, but even that writhes like buried bones in an earthquake. We are going to start by gathering some intelligence. What news from Polythreme? The city cries out. Roads roil, bricks quiver. The windows of all the buildings flash like eyes. The palace above the city swells and roars. This convulsion is how clay men are born. Even now, somewhere below, they open their blind-seeming gray eyes. I'm not doing the slave trade. I don't need to reduce terror. I don't need to buy We Are Clay. So I think that is all that there is to do in here. Okay. I'm gonna go Cecil and then north across to Polythreme and then look for the Avid Horizon. I love the music in this game so much. I know I say it all the time, but it's because I think it all the time. Port Cecil, a sourceless silver glow, a haven for players of games. I think I need to go. I'm gonna try speaking to the Naker's outcast. Okay, no. Probably it needs to go down into an extra move, but first I'm gonna read all of these things. Rumpled convolutions of coral fill the water, glimmering with silvery light. The harder you look, the more you see shapes amid the chaos, almost as if they were sculpted. This one could be a crenellated castle, that one a horse's head. A neat little port huddles into the side of a coral island, prosaic imperial docks and houses, tucked away in a baroque organic chaos. In that curious silvery light among the frozen chaos of coral, the scene has the unreal air of a pencil sketch, crumpled and discarded. Gonna go. I suspect that I need to go through the extra move stuff to get to talking to/about the Snaker's outcast. So, an extra move. As you reach the crossroads in Port Cecil, a voice whispers, "Pawn to Bishop 6. A rearing shape the size of a cottage, rather like a mitred bishop indeed, stands 6 yards to your right. A crevice in its coral side might be a cave mouth. A stronger silver, you squeeze through the crevice into a narrow space like a stair. Irregular steps lead down. The silver light is strong here, and it grows stronger with each step downwards." Okay, so this is not where the Naker's outcast wants us to go. I'm still gonna read it. Silvery light fills a sea cave dripping from the walls. It condenses to pools of whitish fluid on the uneven floor. Sea sound fills the cave, strong and slow, like the long beating of a heart. On a square slab of coral, someone has set up a game of chess. The pieces are different from the ones used in London. You see the spiraling bishops, the corner roots, the kin, and the terrible cream. As you touch each one, a deep voice whispers its name. Leave. This is not a place to be. Up the steps, squeeze through the crack, away from the fading, pleading voice. I guess that wasn't the place to go for the Naker's outcast. Okay, let's explore the coral knoll then. Sea laps dark around silvery coral. Humps and columns rise from the coral, a bewildering maze. Go carefully. In amber, some disturbance of the undersea has brought sunken ruins out of the water, but these stones were lost beneath more than the sea. They are half encased in a smooth, translucent orange substance, like amber. Even as you watch the ruins groan and shiver, the convulsions that brought them up will soon take them below again. Let's examine the ruins. The amber encasing the ancient stones has cracked under the grinding pressures of the earth. You could scramble in and examine them. Of their bones. You squeeze through the fissures in the amber shell to explore the ruins within. The dwellings are low and windowless, thick-walled, flat-roofed, like those in desert countries. Nothing like anything beneath. You find shattered pots, glass beads, and bones, all mired in amber. Something wrong about these bones, one of your sailors mutters uneasily, a seasoned woman with a little surgeon's training. She's right. The shape of the skull is not precisely human. The arm's bones have splayed out like twigs off a branch. Another exclaims as he finds the bones of a small animal coiled together like a knot of serpents. Shapelings, someone hisses. You think that's what they say, but none of your crew will admit to speaking. There's a rumbling from below. You all scramble desperately for the exits in the amber casing, squeezing through one by one, just in time. The amber snaps shut, and the ruins sink again beneath the waves with a tremendous roar and show of foam. Well, that didn't get me what I wanted either. Let's gather intelligence. Okay. The older inhabitants of Port Cecil carry The older inhabitants of Port Cecil carry coral incrustations like a disease, splotched with silvery light. They like to go up into the limestone heights behind the harbor to lay their heads against the pillars and towers, stare at the roof of the Neath, dream open-eyed. Sometimes they speak of things far away, the Khanate's work, the smuggler wars, the Fathom King's secrets. Perhaps it's not all invented. So, I don't know what the Nagor's outcast wants. Maybe I wrote it down wrong? I have no idea here. I'm gonna... I guess to invite it to dine with me, I need a strange catch. I don't know why it wanted Port Cecil. I'm really confused. Well, nothing of worth to me in the shops, nothing in the shipyard. I'm so confused. Why did I think it wanted to go to Port Cecil? That's so weird. It's been written down in my notes for a really long time, too. I have no idea, like, even what episode I first wrote it down. Okay, I'm hoping to be able to go all the way up to the Ragged Crow, but without being spotted by that giant fuck-off butterfly. Just so I can get some more exploration in. Gonna go all the way north, see if I can find the Avid Horizon. Got a secret. Love secrets. I'm gonna start by posting up by this and then letting a zbat out. Oh, okay. Let me speak to oh, I could have used my dark coffee beans to talk to her. Shit. Do I want to... I'm just gonna keep increasing my veils. I'm so confused about the Naker's outcast. So confused. Like, genuinely baffled. I'm avoiding the Fostic Corsairs. Alright. Mount Palmerston. Sullen lights glow green at the jetty's edge. Behind the port buildings, the island is knee-deep in ash. There are ruins here and there of houses destroyed by fire. Far above, the mountain's top flickers red just for an instant. Let's start by exploring the island. Tangles of thorned scrub climb the rocky slopes of the volcano. A privateer encampment. This was an empty clifftop above the bleak waves. Now it blazes with color. Striped tents, colored flames, the music of pianola and kettle drum. Mustachioed women and languorous men play chess, carve bones, eat cats, and polish their terrifying brass weapons. These are Iron Republic privateers, pirates whose practices contravene the very laws of nature. Let's creep close and eavesdrop, I think. The Republic is privy to the gossip of hell. Creep close and you may learn impossible secrets. Fragments of meeting. They are speaking of a raid on the Khan's glory, from which they stole pieces of prayer, of a boast that a rival band made about stealing the Empress's wedding dress, of a sort of spiced meat which fills the heart with love. But they speak, too, almost coherently of privateer lairs in the Western Wall, of passwords in use, of brass embassy protocols, and of tuning techniques for drawing lost souls close. A buzzing rises in your brain as you listen until your eyes become unfocused and your tongue feels thick and heavy. You creep away before anything worse can happen, but this is an odd and useful miscellany of facts. Got some fragments, got some terror, all normal stuff. Let's chat about the Brimstone Convention, get that port report. I have enough supplies that I'm comfortable digging among the ruins this time. Perhaps the villagers left valuables behind. You could pick over the remains to see what you might find, you ghoul. You were unlucky. Emptiness. The creases of your palms are gray with ash. Your crew coughs incessantly. You have found nothing but ruined fields and empty shelves. Cool, that's fine. Just fine. With that, I need to buy 7 zoop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. That is all there is to do here, and it looks like this is the perfect time to end an episode. Thank you for watching this, the 15th episode of Salt Plays Sunless Sea. I will talk to you later. Goodbye.